everyone, this is the final Bosman, and if you can see this, it means I still have a job today. Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman, and I'm hanging in there, baby. Funny thing about my job, which is to talk about video games, that is my career. When I have a rough week, which I have had last week, I think of minors. I think of people who once moved to this country for a better life, found the first job they could get, which is being a miner, bought a house that was owned by the mining company, and then chiseled away at rocks and caves for the rest of their lives to pay off that house they got from the mining company. And so it's really hard to feel bad for myself when I'm like, I have an unstable job. Like, you play video games, you little weirdo. In my life right now, I'm never more than 10 minutes away from French fries. My life is a gift. I do want to talk about video games media today, inspired for obvious reasons. Games media, I can see what you're saying. You're saying, Kyle, the first 4 seconds of this show promised a person in a cubicle who has feelings about video games, not video games media. I think they're related. I think that video games media does think it's more important than it really is, crossing its arms and raising one eyebrow at you like I'm important. But it is still of some importance. And so this week, I want to try a little segment called Smooth Move or Rough Stuff.
Danger, danger.
Jim Sterling escapes the Escapist. Smooth move. So Jim Sterling used to be reviews editor at The Escapist. Left that job in November to go out on his own, start a Patreon account, do his own thing, and it has worked marvelously. He's gotten a bigger audience, nothing was compromised, and Escapist recently has promised to eschew the curmudgeon mentality that is so pervasive these days in favor of the enthusiast mentality that we want to foster among our community and geek culture at large. So you could see why the site maybe was no longer a great fit for Mr. Sterling, and so that has definitely been a smooth move for him. To Mr. Sterling, you're doing great. I wish you would stop wearing those thick black gloves. I think it's kind of inhibiting your finger communication, and I think a lot of us fans just want to see your nude hands. So, bring them out. Patrick Klepek leaves Giant Bomb to go to Kotaku. A surprising, smooth move. Giant Bomb, amongst video game websites, is the cool one. It has the most street cred. Kotaku does not. And so for a person to leave Giant Bomb to go to Kotaku, I would say, hey, wait, that's a downgrade. What are you doing? However, in this particular case, Patrick Klepek, a person who cares about video games journalism, going to Kotaku kind of makes sense, as Kotaku has said, hey, we're going to start talking about games that are out now. We're going to care more about writing articles that people can learn from. And so I do think, hey, that's a better fit. That's a smooth move. On the other hand, Kotaku is still a website where if I went there today, I would see an article titled, "Even more Disney characters go to college." It's that balance. We need those clicks. We need those clicks so we can write about those Japanese RPGs. You're gonna click on the Disney characters going to college so we can pay for the Japanese RPGs. 4 of IGN's most prominent people start their own thing. Probably smooth move. Why do I say probably? Well, let's look at it. Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, Nick Scarpino, and Tim Geddes leave their cushy lives at IGN to go start their own thing, which is called Kinda Funny. Kinda Funny vids, you got your Kinda Funny games, you buy your shirt, that's some Kinda Funny merch, you watch them on Twitch, that's Kinda Funny. They've made a little Kinda Funny empire. And that has worked out, again, pretty marvelously, leaving IGN. Poor IGN. Half these people used to write articles on IGN. They no longer have to write articles thanks to the video format. So again, that's a smooth move. In my personal opinion, I think that these gentlemen are something less than kind of funny. But I mean, look at me. You know, I was recorded on camera, cracking up at my own Casey Kasem impression. And then after that, I said, yeah, that's good, put that in the show. Defy Media fires Michael Damiani, hires him back 2 days later, but only until April. Rough stuff. I'm not gonna elaborate on that one. AOL closes joystick. Rough stuff. So as of recording today, there's a rumor that AOL is closing joystick.com, shuttering it. and that blows. Joystick is a good video games news website. It's one that I rely upon when I'm gathering stories for GT Time as a nice consolidated little thing. What I always like about Joystick, it's got a good vibe. It's always humorous in the way it delivers its news in interesting ways, not overt, usually just kind of subversive in the final sentence of an article. And even though it's lost some of its more defining writers to Polygon, always had a good smell that I like a lot. That's present even in the way that they reported on their own rumor that they were being shuttered. Here's the headline: Rumor, Joystick closing shop. AOL is likely to shutter Joystick, reports Recode. Hey, wait a minute, that's us. Well, we may as well handle this the same way we've been covering the video games industry for 10 years. We do not comment on rumor and speculation, one staffer told us, wishing to remain anonymous while preparing for their lucrative PR career. Others are still trying to figure out next steps. Another anonymous staffer said, "We're still working until we can't. Sources tell Joystick that the staff is aware of the closure, but corporate hasn't officially told them, so they are unable to acknowledge anything out of concern that it will cause immediate shutdown. We've reached out for more information. We will update as we always have when we know more." That is heart-crushing. Good Lord, that blows. That is the definition of rough stuff. I mean, if you look at our smooth moves and our rough stuff today, there's kind of a pattern. There's kind of a yucky pattern. And basically, all I can say is, like, we need multiple sources. If you just went to Giant Bomb, you might mistakenly think that Shadow of Mordor is a great game. We need lots of different sources. We need joysticks. And to see one go, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. I can't make you watch Joystick. I can barely make you watch GameTrailers.com. But I guess we just need to note it as it passes by, as we continue to just see highly more marketable people on YouTube. We can think back and say, oh man, Joystick was pretty good. That's that end of that segment. One thing I wanted to talk about, 2 weeks ago on this show, I issued a challenge to viewers to name a legitimate website that ended with a Z. I didn't mean it in earnest. However, many people chose to come up with some legitimate websites. Here's the official Final Bosman list of legitimate websites that end with a Z. Jazz.com, TMZ.com, Klutz.com, Madcats.com. I wouldn't give that one to you 6 years ago, but Mad Cats has really turned that ship around. Oyez.com, ACT.ALZ.org, Heinz.com, and AZ.gov. Those are all legitimate Z's. Just goes to show you, only a Sith deals in absolutes, which is in itself an absolute statement, which just goes to show you, we're all Siths, baby. That's the show for this week. If you're on Twitter, you can find me at Kyle Bosman. I'll be back here next Wednesday. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, this is Miner Bosman. Hello! Welcome to the show. I am Kyle Bosman. Now let's talk about mining news. 3 legitimate deaths this week, 2 suicides, so good ratio. Now I do impression of Tall Guy from Poland. Hey, come on! Leave my shovel alone, you jerks! Screw you! And now we talk about my feelings. Every day I feel further from owning my home. It's been 10 years now. The interest is suffocating me. Speaking of suffocation, there is little air down in the caverns where I chip at rocks all day. I have no forms of entertainment. There is nothing in my life that is different from the day before it. So things are pretty good. Talk to you later, bye!